Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Ranking Minority Member Thompson. Thank you to all of you for the opportunity to be here today. I think you, between the two of you, captured so well, so much of what is so important for us to talk about this afternoon. A lot of times in life, the most important words to heed are words that are difficult to hear. So as you can imagine, as I listened to the two of you just now, it wasn't how I hoped I might spend an afternoon in June when the year began. But we're here for an important reason. It starts with the role this committee plays, the protection of the Homeland Security of the United States. And the reality is you cannot protect the Homeland Security of this country without protecting the cybersecurity of it as well. And that is a shared responsibility between the public and private sectors, and hence what you do to oversee us and others in the private sector is critical. I think the most important thing for me to say, the most important thing for me to write in my written testimony is that we accept responsibility for each and every finding in the CSRB report. As you can imagine, you get a report, you look at it, it's difficult to read, you sort of think, how are you going to react? And when I sat down with Satya Nadella, Microsoft's chairman and CEO, we both resolved immediately that we would react without any defensiveness, without equivocation, without hesitation, and we would instead use this report to make Microsoft and the cybersecurity protection of this country better. That's our goal. And part of that, frankly, involves accepting responsibility, apologizing to those that were impacted, as I have done in person. It involves reminding our employees of something that I often say to them. No one ever died of humility. Use the mistakes you make so you can learn from them and get better. Of course, that only works if you actually use what you learn and you do get better. And I appreciate that's where both of you are pushing quite rightly. And that involves two things. It involves strategy and it involves culture. So from a strategic perspective, we did start last November to apply the lessons we were learning already from Storm 0558. That's why we launched the Secure Future Initiative. But I think here what's most important is the CSRB's recommendations. There are 25 of them. 16 are really applicable to us, 4 only to us, 12 to all cloud services and other technology providers. So we have mapped all 16 of those recommendations onto our plan for our Secure Future Initiative so that we will do each and every one of them, and we're making progress. But we're not stopping there. There's 18 other concrete recommendations that we have incorporated as part of this plan. And we have measurable milestones. In fact, we now have the equivalent full-time of 34,000 engineers working on this project. This is the largest engineering project focused on cybersecurity in the history of digital technology. But I think you ask a second question as well, is that enough? And I think if we did that alone, it would not be. That's what you're saying, and those are words I heed as well. And that is why we're focused on changing, strengthening, and building a world-class security culture. And I look forward to talking about that. It starts with the tone at the top. It needs to reach all of our employees. And just yesterday, our board of directors approved 2 new steps. One will change the compensation of our most senior people so that annual bonuses are tied in part to cybersecurity with an exclusive focus on it. But second, I think even more than that, that this will become part of the biannual review for every employee at Microsoft, what they're doing on cybersecurity. And then I would conclude by saying that I think the two of you captured so well everything else we need to think about here, because if we improve Microsoft alone, that won't be enough. We're dealing with 4 formidable foes in China, Russia, North Korea, Iran, and they're getting better. They're getting more aggressive. We should all expect them to work together. They're waging attacks at an extraordinary rate. So I welcome the opportunity to ask ourselves to learn together what can we do in that space as well. You framed some excellent ideas in your two openings. I look forward to talking about them. Thank you.